So could you tell us the report, the report
when we get
number,
there, yes. Yeah.
report number, because it's important. It's case number. It's serious. Like I'm so upset. Tomorrow I supposed to with 2 of my kids being distracted.
You know, young kids
on boat trail, like just one tire, and as I said, it just started to roll, and it could be very nasty. It could be very nasty, and this should be treated as a attempt murder investigation. It should. It's very alarming. Mainstream media completely quiet. So again, thank you for Rebel.
Adam Soos here for Rebel News with the latest development in the saga of Pastor Artur Pawlowski. As you surely know, there has been a great deal of attention paid to the Pawlowski family, let's say. Not all of it good. In fact, some of it darn right discriminatory. It started with incidents of graffiti and vandalism at Pastor Artur Pawlowski's church. It escalated to attempted break-ins and even needles and nails and horse manure being left in the parking lot. Not long after that, there was a fire set, an alleged arson at the Pawlowski residence, and the family was notified. Fire department arrived, and there was relatively minimal damage, but there was a large fire here. And a week after that, a week and a half about, Pastor Artur Pawlowski was actually assaulted in a grocery store when he was shopping for a birthday cake with his daughter. So the escalation in these incidents of violence and discrimination is clearly present. Most recently, it is alleged that the bolts on this very truck behind me were loosened. The family had asked a friend to take the vehicles to wash them before the March for Jesus on Sunday. So this occurred on Saturday, and as they drove, they only made it a couple blocks. The tire came off. All 5 bolts came off the vehicle. According to the family, and we do have footage, the police investigated, and they also suggested that the tire looks as though it might have been slashed. So by all appearances, this is just the latest in a string of attacks against this family. Fortunately, in all of these incidents, no one has been seriously injured, so we are looking on the bright side in that. But questions remain. Authorities have been so quick to get on Twitter and decry acts of targeted discrimination at other communities. Most recently, we can think of a religious community where a swastika was spray painted on their building. Now that is serious, and we applaud the authorities for condemning that, because that is completely unacceptable conduct. But the question remains why authorities refuse to condemn these constant attacks. This is now numerous discriminatory, targeted attacks that are escalating towards serious violence, and the authorities will say nothing because they've deemed Pastor Artur Pawlowski and his family people not worthy of their protection. This is an extremely problematic and developing story. So we're going to jump now to the footage of that encounter when the wheel came off and police were investigating. And then I joined Marzena for an update on the situation, what the experience has been like lately for their family, and their plans moving forward.
car here coming back.
I heard, just as it turned the road up there, I heard like a clanking, and I thought, oh no, there's something gone wrong with the engine, so I was slowing down. And then when I got to about here, the wheel went off that way, and obviously crashed down.
I was going to say maybe we can get it back up on a jack for you, but that's going to be completely irrelevant because it's sheared off at the bolt there. You need a whole new drum and setup on that.
Yeah, we can we'll deal with all of that. That's fine. We can do it.
They were all on this road. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. This one, because what happened was when he was turning, I found one bolt. Can you show me the bolts?
Yeah.
Well, even the one that was broken.
Yeah.
They started to come off. One came out there, and 3 were right here.
Okay.
And at the end, this one, because it was left by itself, it just broke. And I saw the wheel because I arrived first. These are the 4 bolts. Where is that broken one? And I saw the wheel. I heard a noise.
Yeah.
And I felt I saw the wheel just go boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And it flew all the way there.
Okay. So what can we do for you today then?
Well, if you can
talk to the
what can
neighbours,
be done?
maybe.
The best we can do is we can get you a tow truck if you haven't called one already.
No, can't we?
No,
can we
because
just
no,
put
we
this
can
back?
we can manage. We
Yeah.
can move it there.
But
That's
we
not
need
a
to
problem.
report this.
But we
Like
need to-
somebody,
Yeah.
I could be with the
Investigate it.
kids. I supposed to be with the kids in this truck
Yeah.
tomorrow on Boat Trail.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
like
This
this
is very
is
serious.
Yeah, and that's why I'm asking the question. Like,
Yeah.
what is it
So, well,
specifically?
what do you
you're
do?
looking
Do you like check with neighbours, see if anyone saw anything?
I
Do you?
don't think
how do you
because
Is
I
there
already
any
talked to her.
investigation, or this is
Yeah.
just
Your vehicle, where was it last parked?
Here.
here behind the BMW?
Okay.
Behind the BMW.
In front
And it
of our
was
house.
there for the past week at least.
Okay, where the white vehicle
Yes.
is?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it was there for the last week.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll check around with the neighbors, see if they have cameras and stuff like that.
Okay.
See if there's any footage of anybody
Yeah.
trying to run it. And that's, to be honest with you, that's the most we could do, but we will report it.
Yes.
So
That-
could you tell us the
that you
report
believe- that you believe that-
the
when
report
we get
number,
there, yes. Yeah.
report number because
Yeah,
it's
the case
important. It's
Yes.
case number.
Very serious.
It's serious. Like I'm
Yeah.
so upset. Tomorrow I supposed to with two of my kids being distracted
You know, young
on
kids
on
and
Boat Trail. Like
I'm here with Marzena. As you likely know, the Pawlowski family has been subject to a lot of hostility. There was a fire set on your property. Pastor Artur was attacked at the grocery store. Damage, vandalism at the church. But there's been an even possibly more serious event since the fire here at your home. Can you tell us about what happened?
so, what happened? As you know, we had March for Jesus on Sunday. And prior to that, we are always preparing, try to clean our old cars. And for some strange reason, I never do that, but I asked my friend to go and wash the car outside to the car wash. And he did, and it is only 2 blocks. When he was coming back, he lost a wheel. So, and it was just in front of, not far from our house. And the bolts, somebody tampered with the bolts. They fell in all together. So that means that didn't happen. Suddenly, all together. You can find all of them, 5 or 6 of them, at the same spot. So somebody tampered and somebody slashed the tires. So when we called police came and. To my surprise, they had this attitude that nothing really happened. You know, could be accident. No, it wasn't accident. Okay, yeah, we can see somebody tampered with the car. That's the sad part. From the start, they wanted to tell me that nothing really happened. How we can help? They asked me how we can help. Okay, investigation would help. Somebody wanted to kill us. Next day, I would drive that truck with 2 of my kids. So I would go on Boat Trail, probably 70. 70. I would drive 70 kilometers per hour. It could be nasty. We could die. We could harm other cars. Who knows what? So this is serious, and this is alarming for everybody. This is alarming when on such a level of government, they are telling you nothing really happens because we're going to brush this under the carpet. This is really, really alarming. And yeah, here we are.
And so to confirm, there'd been no recent tire changes or anything like that, and the other tires there was no loose bolts. It was just the one tire?
Of course no. Of course no. Just one tire, and as I said, it just started to roll, and it could be very nasty. It could be very nasty, and this should be treated as a attempt murder investigation. It should. It's very alarming. Mainstream media completely quiet. So again, thank you for Rebel. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say.
And what can be made of sort of the double standard? Because like we said, there's been a fire, there's been graffiti, and for example, for the nails in the parking lot, I actually found those. So I witnessed those first. So anyone implying that that's not really happening. I witnessed that first. The assault of Pastor Artur, we know who assaulted him. There's no denying that happened. Additionally, with the fire, have they investigated that? Has there been a culprit found on that front?
So we had investigation, and they didn't admit that it was an arson. So I had detective coming next day, and he would say, so this happened around midnight. So that was the situation. We are at home in our pajamas, watching a movie. We hear the commotion. We go outside with our pajama. We are on fire. Yeah. So, of course, it was just coincident that somebody from apartment was on a balcony at midnight, and saw the fire and called the police. So this is all they have the witness of that, and then the first investigators they said it looks like an arson, but later they never admitted. Okay. The detective told me, somebody a homeless could be at the alley smoking and could be accident. Yeah. And I look at him and took me a few seconds. Are you serious? Yeah. We have such a nice homeless. They go on the back alleys in the middle of night, and when they smoke, they don't drop the cigarette. They put in a blue bin, not black bin, not green, blue bin, full of papers, and they push that blue bin against your garage. Coincident.
And so, what I was getting to earlier with the double standard, have other media outlets reported on any of this at all?
Never, absolutely never, which is again very, very alarming. Mm-hmm. So now we have a situation when Christianity is targeted, when pastors are targeted, and we have double standards. And if this is not alarming you, I don't know what will.
Well, especially when there can be graffiti on another religious organization's building, and the premier and everyone under the sun reports on it, they send everyone out. But when there's confirmed assaults, suspected arson, even what happened here, the fact it occurred one day before March for Life, the amount of coincidences for this not to be someone targeting you is pretty high. I do know that there are people, unfortunately, on social media who are saying that, well, there's no way all of this is happening. Listen, some of it we know for sure. We know who assaulted. We know, but there are some people implying that maybe this is being faked, or someone within your circles are doing this. What do you say to people who might imply that?
I would say, are you serious? I don't know to laugh or to cry of such a level of stupidity. Of course, this is Antifa type of accusations, of course, and we don't know who did it, but that's their tactics. After or before we organize a rally, or not really rally, some kind of vigil, something happens to us. This is not first time. So in one of our cars, we had smashed windows, we had slashed tires, we had graffitis on our in front of our house, on our garage. This is not first time, and my message to you is meaning people are responsible. Our politicians, our police forces, our media. If something happens to us or people like us, I just want to say you are responsible. You are responsible because you are the part of it. Mainstream media, they are reporting lies after lies after lies. Like, I think if we would sue them for deformation of character, we would be very rich people. One lawsuit a year, how about that? For past 15 years, because the level of lies, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's I don't know how people can watch mainstream media anymore. I really, honestly, I don't know how. It's either you are delusional or you really believe it. or you really believe it, because on every level of society right now, everything is twisted, everything is lied, but sooner or later they're going to be held accountable. It's not only on people that run this country, but who reports it. And that leads to another question, corruption, perhaps, because what about being honest reporter? They are not reporters over there that do this with passion, like this pure reporting, not whatever your boss tells you and you have to spoon feed us. Yeah. No, it's, what about that? Where are the true reporters? So this is happening to us for years, and you know, even the damage of being wrongly accused and slandered and constantly the formation of character. We lost probably a lot of supporters, a lot of friends, regular Canadians. Oh, those wackos. It's really serious. And now you have pastor with his family that for many years we feed the homeless, and as a wife I just want to say right now this, we never receive a penny from government. So we are doing you a favor, you meaning regular people, by being us on the streets 4 times a week, create situation when for those 2, 3, 4 hours when we are out there, the crime, at least of those people, potential crime, is not happening. Somebody could be killed, somebody could be raped, something could happen, but those people are there, hearing for past many years, do not kill, do not steal, here we can feed you, here we can provide with a warm jacket. How about thank you? How about thank you to provincial government, to federal government? How about some tangible thank you, instead of chasing us? Under the COVID, the kitchen soups were exempt, and even the churches that said, okay, we have the kitchen soup, they were never bothered. Here we are, dancing around with the measuring tape in the beginning of COVID, with 20 homeless outside, and my husband is the first pastor to receive a COVID ticket. I'm speechless. If we are not going to wake up right now, I don't know what is going to happen to Canada.
And I think it's particularly telling for Canada specifically, because your husband, Pastor Artur, is in the United States. This is an international story. The world can't believe what's happening here, maybe because of the politicians, maybe because of the media, but Canadians are so comfortable with this happening. It's unreal that the media isn't covering the story of a pastor, whether they agree with Pastor Artur or not. We know some people love Pastor Artur, some people maybe not so much. But the fact that a pastor is being violently targeted and his family, and the media is not covering that, is unbelievable. And on that note, I want to say thank you for allowing us to tell your story. We're trying to tell it as honestly and objectively as we can, but we appreciate this opportunity, and we want to thank you for taking some time today to share about this experience, to share about what happened. Do you have any final sort of messages to maybe the government or to the people who've been targeting your family?
Of course I have a message. The fact that we are keep doing what we are doing is because either if you don't believe in God, this is your choice. But for you watching us from the distance, must be God. Either we are crazy, or maybe somebody is with us. So in many occasions when we are targeted, not even one hair, so we are still alive, we are still healthy, and God is going to protect us. But I just wanted to say, somebody is going to hold you accountable sooner or later. But if at any chance something happens to us, somebody is going to hold them accountable. Somebody out there. It's let's name it. This should be treated as a hate, as a murder, as a how you say it. For all those years, we are targeted. It's unbelievable, and enough. It's enough. Of course, I'm not going to right now throw a towel. But media are losing right now. More and people, they just stopped watching them. I was the one that my habit in the morning was to go through media. I don't do this anymore. So they canceled ours, we canceled them. This sword has two edges. Yeah. Two edges. So please reconsider what are you doing. And this is the message to our local government, to federal government. Reconsider what are you doing. Because this is not, we cannot right now pretend then this is about Artur, or this is about this, or this is about that. This is open hatred towards Christianity. It is. And if we are not going to push back right now, what is the next step? Prosecution, in jail. We have already jail, so they're going to kill us? This is not Middle East. This is still Canada. Although sometimes I wake up and I feel like in Canadian Republic of China. So that's my final word.
Well, thank you so much for sharing this time with us today. We're always happy to come join you.
Thank you.
And thank you everyone for tuning in. For Rebel News, I'm Adam Soos.
I want to thank you so much for your support. I want to thank you for every dollar, for every donation you have sent to the Rebel News, for the lawyers, that I can stay out of jail. Thank you, thank you, thank you. May God bless you for your heart. You're part of this movement. You're part of this defense. Without you, we would not be able to do what we have accomplished so far. Thank you very much, and may God bless you.